Hey, how's it going, y'all? This is Chaz, playing a little bit of team deathmatch with the good old AEK. And look at that recoil, huh? Yeah, that's what this video is going to be talking about today, is recoil mitigation. You might be asking yourself, what is that? It's recoil control. It's how you're going to be dealing with these high rate of fire weapons, such as the AEK, the FAMAS, and the ACWR, some of these high, between 800 and 1,000 rounds per minute guns. How are you going to deal with this upwards recoil, this left and right pull? Well, we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. I chose the AEK because it has 900 rounds per minute, a really good solid gun for up close and medium. And for instance, you'll see right here, shred that guy. It's really good up close. Unfortunately, I just can't shoot behind me. It's in the next patch, guys, don't worry. So, AEK, really good up close medium range. Right here you'll see, not so good at long range. Can't get that shot. Now, there's ways to get those kind of shots, like right here, it's microbursting. At about 20-25 meters out, you're going to want to start microbursting. What is that? That's shooting 2, 3, maybe 4 rounds at a time in order to get less bullet deviation. Bullet deviation is where, when you're shooting, there's left and right pull. So your bullets are going to be flying all over the place, especially if you're holding down the trigger. And you're going to have a bad time, just like that guy did who just ran it straight for me. So you're going to want to try to lessen the amount of mitigation or the randomness of your bullets. And I didn't even see that guy up there. I don't know where he came from. But in order to do that, you need a microburst with these higher rate of fire weapons. Or limit yourself to maybe switching it to burst fire mode. But if you want to keep it in full auto, which is what I do, you want to barely tap your controller 2, 3, 4 rounds at a time. This is where it really shines, right here. Flanking the enemies, up close, 10 meters away, blasting through them. You'll see 2 more guys pop up, 1 down, 2 more. Now granted, they didn't see me for the most part except for the last guy, but those are the kind of ranges you're going to win most firefights with these kind of higher rate of fire weapons. Now, there's ways in order to reduce the amount of elevation or this recoil pattern, upwards recoil pattern. There's ways to reduce it, such as attachments. But first, we're going to talk about ways to do it yourself without the attachments. Let's say you had a bare, naked gun, and you didn't have any attachments to kind of help you out. Well, one of the first ways, this is a bad scenario for me. I got to run, and by the way, those wooden planks do not provide any type of cover. So if you're planning on using those, don't. Well, so for the AEK, for instance, in order to help mitigate that recoil, what you're going to do is either at long ranges, like I said, past 30 meters, microburst, 2 to 3, maybe 4 rounds at a time. If not, if you're getting, if you're trying to help with up close range, because you're still going to get upwards pull when you're letting the bullets fly when they're 20 meters or less, you're going to have to pull a little bit down on your controller stick. Just a little bit down on a downwards motion. Now, you don't have to worry about left or right pull, because then you're going into too many problems. You're working on the fact that that's maybe upwards and a little bit to the left pull, but you kind of want to work on just pulling down. Now, I wanted to get the knife kill, but that screwed me over in the end. Make sure you look both left and right when you're exiting out of doorways, just like you do in the middle of a street. Well, so that's the first thing you want to do with these AEKs. You're going to want to pull down slightly, or any type of higher rate of fire weapon, you want to pull down slightly when you're shooting in order to kind of help mitigate that recoil. The only other thing you can do is have attachments. Some of the attachments include the muzzle brake and the angled foregrip, or the other ones that are really close to it, it's a similar but just aesthetic changes. Those types of attachments, yeah, they're going to hurt your accuracy at long range, but that's not what this gun is used for. See here, I'm trying to use the long range to switch it to single fire, and that's where it gets me. I'm standing there too long, and a sniper is going to pick me off. You don't want to get into those engagements. You want to go down like I'm doing in this map. I'm going down in between the buildings, going underneath, and going to try to do flank routes and get up close, because that's where these guns shine. It's not like Battlefield 3 where you have the M16 and it's a great all-around weapon and you can use it in any scenario. They've kind of balanced it out more so. Now the M416 is looking promising. The ACWR is godlike, but we'll get to that in another episode. But with these kind of guns, you want to get up close and personal. You want to get close. You don't want to get into those longer engagements. So there's attachments like the muzzle brake and the compensator. That helps with left and right pull if your gun's a little bit too sporadic. And the angled foregrip. Those are going to help you out when microbursting. The angled foregrip's going to help with that initial recoil. That first shot that you take when it pulls your gun up, that angled foregrip's going to help you out. And then those compensators and those muzzle brakes, those are the ones that are going to help when under continuous fire. Yeah, like I said before, they're going to make you suffer a little bit when it comes to farther range engagements, but you don't need that. You're up close, you're personal. So that's the end of this episode. We're going to be talking a little bit more about some helpful tips, tricks, and stuff like that. But hope you all enjoyed, and until next time, stay classy.